we'll get to Facts of Life. But so Facts of Life, you start there as your acting career, okay?
Yeah.
What was that experience like for you? It was the same time I was on NBC. I knew all the girls. I knew when you joined the show. We kind of met then at NBC events. And at that time, just to frame everything, Facts of Life was a really popular show. Your inclusion on it was like the first time, and you'll back this up, you've already said it was the first time anybody who had any physical disability kind of was on a show as an actor that wasn't about that physical disability. They dealt with it in the show, but it wasn't like you were guest starring as the girl with CP. It was like you were her cousin. So what was that whole situation? You were Blair's cousin. What was that situation all like?
Truthfully, I think that ideally it would have even been more powerful had I been cast as a student and embraced inclusion in the classroom. I was young enough to pass. I mean, I was 23, but I looked like I was 14,
17.
15. What did I tell you?
Yeah, you were just a kid, yeah.
I looked a lot younger than my real age. But they had just downsized the cast. Remember Molly Mallon was in the original one?
I remember all those girls, Julie Piekarski and Catherine Haddock, and all of them were, what was the 16 Candles too? Molly Ringwald was in, they had a huge cast. Yeah.
Yes. And they just downsized it, and they just hired Nancy McKeon, so they couldn't bring another student when NBC was saying it's too large of a cast. So the next step was Norman's idea to have me play Blair's cousin, because I could bring out a human side to Blair that isn't revealed in any other way, but her love for her cousin.
I like that because Blair was the perfect one that had no reality check. And I always thought that Cousin Geri was like a reality check for her. And like you're saying, a humanity check.
Exactly.
How do you get along with everybody? Because it's a bunch of girls.
I got along well with all of them. Liza Minnelli and I are the closest. In fact, we reunited recently and we're close again. We were even roommates for a year.
Wow.
Right when I got on Facts of Life, she invited me out to dinner at her place. She was living in Studio City, and I drove in from Hermosa Beach. And at that time, I was driving a '69 Biscayne Chevy.
Nice.
I was lucky it even made it from Hermosa Beach. And she said, "Why don't you spend the night here? You don't have to drive all the way back there. I'm going out of town. I'll be back in 2 weeks. You can take care of my place." And when she came back, she said, "You know, I could argue here. Why don't we be roommates?" So we became very close friends and roommates. She treated me like everybody else.
It's the Patrick Labyorteaux Show. Patrick Labyorteaux. He's the one you gotta know.